Hi, Capricorn. This is your reading for the time period of August 1st to August 31st, 2021. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. It's great to have you here. If you've been here since 2017, when I first started the channel, thank you. God bless you. I really appreciate your continuous love and support, okay? So I am working with limited space on my computer because I do not have my hard drive. So I am going to make this reading as short as possible. As short as possible. I will try. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'm getting the idea of air, like air signs, like Aquarian, Libras, Geminis. I get conflict with them. So those energies may be in your workplace. Those energies you may be in a romantic relationship with. They could be friends, they could be family. It just depends on where the air sign element is. The first sign that was coming through, the spirit said air as a whole. I mean, you just may need air, like literally. You may need air, like to get outside. You may need to travel. You may need to do those kind of things. Then there's this other element of air, as in like the sign of Aquarius was coming through quite profoundly in the beginning when I first started pulling energy. Okay, after I, typically after I do the invocation, I'm able to feel out what sign is in and around your space heavily. Okay, but the spirit did tell me that there's some type of conflict surrounding that individual, and I'm also getting an idea of financial affairs with an air sign like a Libra, an Aquarius, a Gemini. Something's going on between them and you in terms of some type of financial conflict, or some type of financial conflict that they may be experiencing external from you. I think they're not talking about. So when I said that, they aren't talking about it to you. Like, are you not expressing to that individual that, hey, I also get time off. I'm having some type of issue with getting some type of time off to do this, that, to do X, Y, and Z with you, or that's their voice to you where they're telling you, I'm having some type of difficulty financially with taking time off, because time off does have to do with your finances, especially if you're in that kind of job or they're in that kind of job. So it does feel like a plethora of different things. One situation is that they may want to do something with you and they don't have the time or money, vice versa. Then there's another situation where they're experiencing some type of financial detriment, or you are, and either one of you isn't really communicating with the other. Okay, this is what's going on with me. This is what's going on with my finances. This is why I can't do this, that, and the third at this point in time. So it just depends on what's going on. So it's something that you or them have going on separately from one another, or it's like you want to do something with them, but they can't because there's some type of issue with some type of financial conflict that is the barrier, okay? Or taking time off as the barrier. I love how these cards shuffle. If you want to know what deck this is, these are urban tarot cards, all right? Urban in the sense where the artistry I would say the artistry depicts situations that, real life situations. Like you got people in the city, you have, they give you occupations of some of the major arcana cards. What is, like, for example, the King of Swords is like, I forgot, like what do you call that? The DJ, something like that. Or the rock star. Like, they have really cool names for some of the major arcanas. Okay, so the card that's underneath is the Empress. You could be showing up, you could be embodying Empress energy, or you're literally dealing with an older Aries female. The Empress could also be a Libra, like an older Libra female. or like if they're not older than you, then they're around the same age group as you. Then you also have, if that's a Libra, then you have an Aries female that's also older than you, or they may be in the same age group as you. I do get this idea of needing to borrow money from that individual. Now, the Empress predominantly will be Libra and Aries females that are in the same age group as you or older, but they could be your mother that's like a water sign, for example, your mother that's a fire sign, a woman that is embodying that motherly energy, or that's you. Okay, you do need to borrow money from this individual. I also get for the air sign. So when I said that borrowing money from this individual is to give to the air sign, or taking time off from work, doing something really specific, it has something to do with the air sign. Or they may borrow money. I also get a trust fund. As I started talking about the Empress, they may borrow money that they have that is money, that one element about it, money that is yours, that may be from a trust fund that you have or they have. They need that for the air sign. But I get friendship when I said that. So when I went on that elaboration, like, you may be friends with the air sign. Then I also get the idea of a cousin. You may be friends with an air sign. The air sign could be your cousin, or the air sign element is a friend and they have some type of interesting tie to a cousin that you have. Oh my God. They have an interesting tie to a cousin that you have that has some type of access to a trust fund. But I get only Aries. So when I said that too, it may only be an Aries element that knows those details, or I get helps an air sign. Like, they help an air sign, they help an Aquarian to some type of money that you were left, or there's a lot of stuff going on here. Let me just go back a little bit. From the beginning, there's an air sign element that you work with, or they're like your friend, something like that, or you're really close to them. There's some type of financial barrier that they're experiencing in regards to spending time with you, or just doing something with you, or giving you time off. They need time off to do this, that, and the third, or you do. Then there's an Aries, there's an Empress energy here. I keep getting this idea that has access to, like, they have access to your funds, or they have access to some, like, a trust fund that you have, some type of money that you have, this energy has access to. But I also get this idea that it's for the air sign, like it's for your friend, or it's for a colleague that you have, something like that. So this could be a workplace where you have this some type of financial dealing with the Empress. The air sign element also was involved in that financial dealing. So I also get this idea of taxes. So something going on with your taxes, they, like, the Aries element needs for the air sign, or something going on with your taxes. The air sign element acts the air sign element acts the Aries / whichever air sign acts the Aries element for, if that makes any sense. There's a lot going on there. One element about it is really personal to you, and the spirit is also implying that it's happening externally from you, where there's some type of financial dealing involving your information or your money that 2 or however many people are involved in. And one of them is like a friend. I keep getting the idea of a cousin. One of them is a friend, one of them is a cousin. But this energy, if it's an Aries, is responsible disbursement. They're responsible for dispersing tax information, trust fund information, loan information, whatever money that you have, especially if it's like related to 401k, especially if it's related to like taxes. This energy is involved with dispersing that information to an air sign that is your friend, they're your colleague, they're your whatever it is, they're your cousin. But it's only because somebody asks for it. They ask this element for it, or this element asks the air sign element for that. There's also this element someone may be asking you a lot of questions all the time, and it could be an Aries female, it could be your mom, like interesting financial questions, or the air sign element that is coming through, whether they could Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. I get both male and female. They're both male and female. Those energies are coming through, and they're asking you really interesting financial questions. All right, but the reason for it is because I get down and out. Someone is downing out that is in your circle somewhere, whether this is happening in a workplace, whether this is happening in a family environment. And what is going on is as simple as, if the matriarch of the family is still living, the matriarch, like a mom, a grandma, they're still living, someone is interacting, like a cousin, a friend that's really close to you, or your sister. Someone is asking your mom, someone is asking if it's in a work environment, someone is asking your like supervisor or your boss for a cut of your pay to go to them. Some type of really interesting connection like that. Like but it's trust fund related, it's tax related, is tax related and information related as to why somebody needs some type of information like that. Or the Aries does, and they're asking the air sign. The air sign needs it, they're asking the Aries element. Or they're asking the mom. If those aren't the signs with the Empress, then they're asking your mom, they're asking your sister. But it's the communication is coming from a cousin, a friend, something like that. It's really interesting. The Ace of Wands energy is in the starting point right here. I know I have very little space on this table, but the Ace of Wands is here. This will be like fire element. I also get this feeling that the Ace of Wands is also a creative venture that you want to embark on. But something about it, like you may want to do still, or you're not too sure if you want to do it. But I also get it has something to do with the air sign. So the thought that I just expressed, it's either the air sign that's not sure if they want to do it anymore. You may not. I get because I'm an Aries. So when I said if the air sign not sure if they want to do it anymore, it has something to do with because of the Aries element, or an Aries element, whatever fire sign. The Aries is coming through strongly because I get manipulate the air sign. So the Aries may be manipulating the air sign, or the air sign is manipulating the Aries element. I keep getting taxes. They, behind the scenes, they're manipulating the other for some type of tax document. They're manipulating, I get 401k, they're manipulating the other for some type of 401k information that is yours, or the air sign is doing that directly with the Aries. The Aries is doing that directly with the air sign for your 401k information. The air signs 401k information, the Aries element for 401k tax information. So you may not understand why those elements may need that information, but I get a Sag element. So when I ran through all of that some information gathering there that those elements are doing pertaining to your information separately is to give to a Sagittarius and a Leo. It's to give to a Sag, it's to give to a Leo element. If it's not only financial, the air sign element communication with Aries, and Aries communication with air sign, I get to work with. It's that communication is also to get you to work with somebody, like to get you to work with Leo, to get you to work with Sag, or the Leo is a communication Aquarius. The Leo is in communication with an Aquarian. The Aquarian is in communication with an Aries, vice versa, right? But I get this feeling of wanting to work with, or wanting to collab, and wanting to get you on, wanting to do these kind of things with you. But people do need your information. People do need, people do need a specific tax document that is yours. Or they need that, or that, whatever they need there with yours. But I get this idea of marriage being in the way, or some type of love partnership being in the way. Like Aries may deem some type of relationship or partnership that you have with someone external being in the way. I get their refund. They deem that to be in the way of a refund that you're supposed to, that they want, that is a portion of it that is yours. Or something. I get the Sag complaining when I said that too. The Sag element may be complaining about an Aries element need. Then there's an Aquarian. Then there's an Aquarian energy. I get aggravated. There's an Aquarian energy that is aggravated by some type of relationship that is going on pertaining to your tax information, pertaining to a specific tax document. But the Spirit also said that there's elements that are aggravated because for whatever reason they're aggravated. Okay, let me just pause on this for 1 second, because there's a lot of stuff going on here. Oh, you've got like, there's different people here like that they require some type of financial benefit from you, whether that's like in a workplace, they require the financial benefit through a percentage of your 401k, something like that. Like somebody needs that, or somebody asked or inquired about it, or they want to know how much. So you could have done that with those elements, but somebody external is really forward with you in terms of trying to obtain that information. But somebody deems a relationship that you're in, like you could be married, you could be you could be dating, you could be whatever it is that you're doing. Somebody deems that relationship to be in the way of them receiving some type of percentage from your income. It just depends on what's going on. So that could be the air sign that is aggravated, an Aries that is aggravated, a Leo, a Sag. That's one element. It's heavily financial. Then somebody just wants to work with you, like a Leo, a Leo and an Aquarian, an Aries. You have element Sag. You have a few elements shooting through here that they want to work with you, but they deem some type of marriage that you're in. Okay, they deem some type of marriage that you're in to be in the way of that for some reason. So it has something to do with tax documents. One element about it has to do with tax documents. And then another element has to do with your creativity and working with someone specific. That's a lot. Remember, it's really general, so I'm trying to touch base with as many points as I possibly can. The Ten of Swords energy is here in the waiting position. And the Spirit is telling me something about the air sign. Something's going on with the air sign. I get revealed. So the air sign may feel like you revealed some type of information about them. You could have done it online. You could have reached out to them. They reached out to you. But I do get this feeling they're in communication with an Empress energy. They're in communication with your mom, your sister, your friend. That is an Aries element if it's an air sign. So like I said, they could be another family member they could be a cousin, and I get involved with sibling. They're a cousin, one element, they're a cousin that is involved with your sibling if you have a sibling. Then if it's the workplace, one element, they could be your supervisor and they're involved with your friend. I'm just giving a random example. They're a supervisor involved with your friend. They're a cousin involved with your sibling. They're a friend involved with your sibling or your family. So there's a lot of different communication here, but it's to obtain information. It's to obtain financial information. It's to obtain 401k information, tax document information. But a Sag gives. So when I hit tax document information, a Sag gives, or a Sag is trying to, the energy hasn't come into fruition yet. You could already be experiencing this. A Sag, like they're in the makings of giving it to an air sign. They're in the makings of giving it to a Leo and an Aries. They're in the makings of doing that. Or the Sag is on the receiving end with those other elements in terms of 401k, tax document information, getting you on board in the job. I mean, people may just want to, if it's not somebody trying to reap some type of benefit off of your 401k percentage, then they just want to help set that up for you in a job environment. But the Spirit also said that it's for a benefit, it's also to benefit them. It's also to benefit Sag, Leo, Aquarian, Aries. I mean, those are the signs that are coming through strongly, but they could be whatever sign, okay? The present has the Seven of Cups energy, all right, which is debauch at the bottom. The Seven of Cups is there with options. I like these colors. Like, I get a lot of purple here. There's like a similar purplish kind of color that's going on here. When I see purple, I see these two energies to be intuition. You may be using your intuition. I get look for another job. You could be using your intuition to look for another job. Like let loose an air sign. I get asked questions. So when I said these two being purple, and purple typically represents intuition, I get let loose air sign, or like figure out use your intuition about an air sign. Basically, it doesn't have to be an Aquarian. The Aquarian is coming through strongly, but it could be Libra, it could be Gemini. Somebody that's a cousin, like their cousin, their friend. They communicate with a sibling about your finances or like a job opportunity, or they need some type of money from you. They need trust fund information about something that you have. They need tax information about something that you have. But I also get this idea of a post. So someone may want something that you posted. Someone may want information about something that you posted. It could be related to something that the Ace of Wands with all this orange has to do with creativity. Orange and burnt orange colors has to do with your creativity. It's warm, so it's your creative side. Here's intuition and intellect and what is going on with people. But I also get this feeling of confrontation with a friend, a sibling, a cousin, or somebody that you're working with, a supervisor. I don't know what they do. So when I ran through all of them, you may not know what they do or what they're doing. Seven of Cups, looking for a new job, opportunity. You could be in a situation where you get handed a new opportunity, right? But watch for the financial dealing of how you get that opportunity. So that could be coming through from the fire signs. That could be coming through the Leos, the Sag, the Aries. That could be coming through from them. But I get using air signs. So when I ran through all the fire signs, they're using an air sign element to get some type of information out of you, to hire you, to work with you. Like they're pulling information out of you, but they're doing it through someone else, like a friend or a cousin that you're close to. So this is like your super, okay, this is like your friend is asking you questions about your sibling to get some type of info. Okay, your friend is asking you questions about you, but they're asking you these questions because they know more. One element is that they do know more, whether it's financial, whether it's emotional, whatever it is. Like they do know more, but they do know more, but then there's also this element of a financial benefit that they're trying to obtain. So they need to come to you directly. They need to go to the Aries element directly, the Sag, the Leo. Air sign needs to go through them directly to get some type of information out of you. The Seven of Cups could also be water signs, like Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces elements that are here as well too. They could be behind the scenes. They've been asked questions. The water sign energies have been asked questions about you. So whether this has to do with a job, whether this has to do with a relationship that you're in, your creativity, your 401k, your taxes, needing to pay a specific tax document. Like a water sign energy was asked that kind of question about you specifically. Like a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, I get approach. You could be approaching them. They could be approaching you with an interesting question. But it's pertaining to the need of an air sign. It's pertaining to the need of a fire sign. Or the fire sign goes through the water sign to obtain some type of information about you. The air sign element does that. So all of it seems like it has a lot to do. There's different people that they have different needs with you, like benefits, a percentage of the benefits. They have tax documents that they need. Somebody may need copies of that. The air sign element may need copies of that. But it could be for their housing. One element, it could be for their housing, like an apartment that they need. I can't do it without your information. Like they can't do it without your information, or they can do it with their information alone. But I get this idea of a Sag promise. So when I said it to a Sag or whatever fire sign, promise an air sign element, some type of information that is yours to help benefit some type of housing opportunity that they are waiting for. Or that kind of interaction you may have with the fire sign energy, like a Leo, a Sag, an Aries. They help the air sign. The air sign can't move on with something, or the fire sign can't move on with something until, I keep getting a tax document when I hit fire sign. The fire sign can't move on with something until they have your tax document, some type of tax document. That's the air sign. They can't sign a lease for an apartment, or they can't get a home without your some type of tax document. Like they need copies of your information. I keep getting Sag. The air sign needs copies of your information from a Sag before they can move on with some type of process. Or that's the fire sign energy needs something like that. Or they already have copies of something that you have that's something that is yours. They already have copies of that, and they're giving the air sign element copies. But it's the Ten of Swords is here because you may know that, but you may not be confronted. That's why I was getting the idea of confronting. You may not be confronting. That's why the Seven of Cups is there. These two colors matching is that Seven of Cups is how to approach. I get a stealing friend. How to approach and confront a stealing friend, a stealing coworker, a stealing family member, a stealing friend, coworker, family member, a stealing partner. Wow. The future has the Knight of Swords, the Game Master, air sign, male. Okay, air sign, male. The Two of Dominion, which is the Two of Wands, is patience in your instincts. All right, you have patience in your instincts. You need the patience to deal with the fire signs. All this energy on the left side right here is patience to deal with why they're helping the air sign. But I also get this idea of a bribe. Like somebody may have been bribed to be involved in. I also get a hiring process. Someone was bribed to be a part of a hiring process. Somebody was bribed into doing something with you with a hiring process, something like that. Like the fire sign energies may have, like bribing. There's different ways to bribe people. Bribing because someone actually does want you to be in a workplace, but they needed to, if it's fire sign doing that, they needed to get your friend to be a part of that bribe. So I get you on board. Like the fire sign energies needed to be involved with your friend, your partner, your whoever the air sign element is, your other family member. They needed to communicate with them in order to get you on board, but they bribed them. But I get asked, they bribed them to ask you something specific. Or the air sign acts or bribe the fire sign energy to get something specific out of you. I get an interaction, like they needed something specific out of you, but it has to do with it in like some type of interesting interaction that the air sign had with the fire sign energy pertaining to. I get documents. It's pertaining to your documents is why those elements have some type of really interesting interaction with each other. Or they just want to have you, one element is to have you on board, but then there's also this other interesting way of doing it where it's the reason why they want, Ten of Swords is the reason why they want you on board somewhere. They like either not on board, they want you off board, or on board. It just depends on what's going on. Wow. The Justice card is here, sign of Libra. All that air that was, you see all these colors? This is purple, intuition. You could be using your intuition about some type of justice that you, I also get this idea of money back. You could be receiving some type of money back, but someone is not trying to make it obvious the way they're trying to give you your money back. That's why I was telling you that idea about a stealing friend, a stealing supervisor, something's going on with a supervisor, something's going on with a friend, a partner. And the air sign element is coming through like that. It has something to do with their need. They're trying to get a house. They're trying to get a car. They're trying to get an apartment. And something about that is with your information or a percentage of your 401k, or they've been receiving a percentage of your 401k, but in that you may not notice. Ten of Swords with the Justice and Seven of Cups. Should I look for a new job? Who is helping this air sign all the time? Who's helping my cousin? Is my sister, is my brother helping my cousin? Is my sister or my brother, I get being asked by a friend. Is my sister or brother being asked by my friend for something that belongs to me? Is my friend asking my siblings for something? That's intuition, right? That's intuition. Is my partner in cahoots with my friend? Is my partner, do my siblings Or do my friends, do my colleagues know my partner? That's intuition. What's going on there? What's going on in this job? Why am I missing a percentage of my 401k? Why is a percentage of my pay cut? You could be looking at your pay and it may go to the air sign. Something about some type of pay that you receive, or some type of savings or pay that you receive, a very little percentage of that goes to the air sign. But I also get this idea of jealous. So they may be jealous of you. They may be jealous of you. Or the fire sign may be jealous of you. Air signs, however many of air sign may be jealous of you. But I get this emphasis that it happens behind the scenes. Like a lot happens behind the scenes there. You got Libra. You have Aquarian. Knight of Swords. Libras. I don't feel any Gemini. You could be dealing with a Gemini, but you had an Aquarian is coming through heavily. You got a Libra here. You got an Aries, whether they're male or female. You got Sag. You got Leo. Some of the fire sign energy, I feel like they're trying to work with you. Like somebody wants to work with you, but somebody isn't doing it the right way in terms of trying to work with you. Like they're trying to, if it's a fire sign or the air sign, they have this really manipulative way on their side. They have a manipulative way of getting you to be on their side, or they have a very invasive way of how to get you to be on their side. But the justice energy is here in the accomplishment, because it's right next to the Ace of Wands. Something may work in your favor. With it being next to the Ace of Wands, something may work in your favor in terms of like a new position. It's justice to a creative idea that you have. Somebody may be doing something with an idea that you have. Right? Somebody may be doing something with an idea that you have, or something that you, like a contract, like justice next to the Ace of Wands energy, or a contract that you signed. Or a contract that you signed. What's this called? The spiritual self has the Hermit. That's the Virgo. You got a lot of signs around you. Virgo, Sag, Aquarius, Libra, Leo, Aries, right? The Hermit. Aries, you got Aries female, possibly Libra. You got a Libra female. You got an Aquarian male. You may have a Libra male, Libra female, right? Libra's there. And then you have the sign of, then you have a Virgo here, right next to the Ten of Swords. So you may be dealing, if you do have a Virgo around you, they are in cahoots with Aquarian. So a Virgo that you know is in cahoots with an Aquarian, or they know an Aquarian. Like whatever Virgo that you have, it could be a Virgo that's in your family, a Virgo friend, a Virgo cousin, a Virgo partner. Like they know an Aquarian energy that you're tied to, or a Libra, Gemini. And Gemini isn't coming through strongly, but they know an air sign element, or they've been in communication with an air sign element that you're tied to. But I'm being drawn back to the Leo when I said that. It's the Leo Hermit energy by itself. If it's not only Virgo, it's Hermit energy because a Leo has been in communication with an Aquarian, with a Libra. I keep getting taxes. They're in communication for taxes. Like they're in communication for pertaining to a tax document that you have or that they need. That's why the Ten of Swords is there like that. That's why the Ten of Swords energy is there. You may need that from those elements that is the air signs. Or you could have received, I get through a job, you could have received some type of interesting benefit, tax benefit through your job, and something about that could have belonged to the air sign or a fire sign. That's why the Hermit is in the spiritual self next to them. But you have this interesting question as to like, what are they doing? You want to know what they're doing, why they're doing it. And it's because of the fire sign. It's because of a Leo, Aries, Sag. Okay. The Strength card, sign of Leo, is here. See, she's holding the lion. This, statue. You got Leo. You just need the strength to deal. You need the strength to deal with the fire signs and what they do. And that could also be why you may not be hearing from someone that often. It's because of, I get communication with Aquarian. You don't hear from the fire sign energies too often. If you do or you don't, but it's because they're in communication with the Aquarian that is another family member, that the Aquarian that is a friend, the Aquarian that is some type of partner, something that they are, co-worker. You don't hear from the fire sign energies too much, or you don't hear from the air sign themselves too much. Vice versa. People are really quiet around you, but they're making heavy moves with information that is yours. They're making heavy moves with information that is yours. That's why they're so quiet. That's why they're so quiet. So it's for good or bad that someone is doing that. It can be for good or bad. You know, it just depends on the energy that is coming through. But the strength, you know, is changeable. But the Leo is here. You're thinking about them. They're in your mentality with the Two of Wands. You need to understand what's going on with them. What's going on with the Leo? I get motive. What is the Leo's motive with you? Like, what is their motive with you? What is the motive that you know they have pertaining to the air sign need? What is the motive that the Leo has pertaining to something the Aries need or the Sag need? What is the motive the air sign element has in terms of your connection to a Leo? Right? Strength card here. What's changing is the Nine of Swords. Cruelty. Cruelty is changing. Nine of Swords energy is changing. Look how red that is. The Nine of Swords energy is changing. So you're no longer experiencing some type of cruelty. I also get betrayal. You're no longer experiencing some type of betrayal. You could have gotten something back that someone could have taken something that you really didn't notice, but you got it back through, I get a payment. You got it back through some type of payment. Or a payment, like some type of payment that you will forever receive. Is somebody's trying to make up that for you, or you're trying to make it up yourself. But Nine of Swords is changing. I didn't know what's happening. The Nine of Swords is changing because you know what's happening. You know what's happening. It's swords. You know what is going on with the air sign. You know what is going on with Libra, Aquarian, and Gemini. I don't feel Gemini heavily. The Libra and Aquarian are coming through heavily. You know what's going on with them. You know what's going on with Aquarian male. You know what's going on with Libra male or female. Aries female. Leo male. It could be Leo female. Sag male. Sag female. Aries female. You know what's going on with them. You know what's happening behind the scenes. The Three of Abundance, Three of Cups will be gossip. The water sign energies, I don't feel the water sign energies aren't really involved. I'm looking at the abundance. I do get this element of a surprise. Like somebody is water energy. The water sign energies may know of a surprise that you may end up experiencing. The water signs do. Or it's just Three of Cups could also be gossip. Three of Cups is friend. Three of Cups could be family gossiping. Could be family or water sign energies gossiping. They're in the resolution going towards the Knight of Swords. Or the Knight of Swords could be is coming in. They could be the ones that they're gossiping about something. Or they talk to someone about something. They talk to someone that you are attached to behind the scenes about something that is going on with you financially or your work, whatever it is. Right? Three of Cups. Or you could, or you may end up having, because the Nine of Swords is changing, you could end up celebrating with an air sign element. You could end up going away or doing something fun with an air sign. It could be after you find out what they've been doing. That could be like a good thing after you find out what they've been doing. So it doesn't have to be malicious or sneaky what someone is doing. Somebody may just be doing something with your stuff behind the scenes to surprise you. If you want to look at it that way, it could be to surprise you. But then there was also this element of stealing. It could be like a good or a bad surprise, however you want to look at it. All right, so let me do an outcome on this, Capricorn. I'm clarifying with the Ramses Tarot deck that I always use, okay? The Page of Wands. This could be a younger fire sign. Page of Wands could also be a new creative venture that you are embarking on. And it could be with fire sign or a fire sign child. Could be with fire sign or a fire sign child. Then the Ace of Swords, there's an idea that you are coming up with the fire sign energy that is a child, or they're just a younger person. Some type of like creative venture that you are embarking on with them. Right? Let me do another outcome on the Ace of Swords. Right? And Three of Wands, yeah, Three of Wands would be collabing with, there's a lot of fire here. It would be because of an Aquarian. You may end up collabing with a fire sign because of an Aquarian, because of whatever air sign, because of a Libra, because of the air sign, you're ending up collabing with them. But they, like I said, they have been in communicate. The air sign has been in since you met. The air sign has been in communication with fire sign energy since you met them. Since you met the fire sign, if they're not family, since you met, I mean, however you want to look at it, since you met them, since you met up with them early in the day, they've been talking to the air sign. Since you met the fire, if they're not family, if the fire sign energies are not family, since you met the fire sign, they've been in communication with the air sign. Since you met the air sign, whether like short term or long term, they've been in communication with the fire sign. Ever since you knew someone, from the beginning of time, your whole life, or since you met them 2 years ago, however many years, how many weeks and months ago, days ago, they've been in communication with somebody. All right? Okay. So that's your reading, Capricorn. If you have questions, comments, and or concerns, you know where to find me. Be well. Take care. Bye.